Geeta Garg had put a question. You guys saw it in Upanishad class last week, and I said we'll take it up. So the question was, where is it? I wrote it down because...
Here.
She said, we say that the good and bad things which happen to us are due to our past karmas. So I cannot blame God. And then she put in parentheses Supreme Self. We cannot blame Supreme Self for the bad things. We cannot blame him. Then I should not thank him for the good things also, right? And so that's her point. So I want everybody else or whoever wants to comment on this, and then I'll say my 2 cents worth afterwards.
I want to comment on it.
Yes, sure, go ahead.
So there was this Balaram Ghosh, very rich guy, and he used to brag to Ramakrishna all the time. I opened all these hospitals, I opened the temples and all that. And Ramakrishna said, you are doing it for your own self because God doesn't need anything. He has everything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to thank God.
Right.
He's not asking you to thank.
Right. That's one point, of course, yeah. And any other thing that came to anybody's mind with this question? Yeah.
Everything happens as we learned with the Brahman, the God. So whether it is a bad or good, I feel that whether a bad thing happens or a good thing happens, something is good is happening in our lives.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So in that way, I would like to thank whether it is a good or bad. In my opinion, it may be bad. In God's opinion, it is good for me.
True.
So
very
I would
good.
like to thank.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing I want to quote. There is a prayer which says, "Sab kuch dina aapne, bhet karun kya nath, namaskar ki bhet hai, jodu dono haath." Which means nothing you can give to God.
True.
Because everything is given to you by Him.
Exactly, right. So all those points are very good. Here, I think Shireen wanted to say something.
So God always does the best. You think, at that time you might feel depressed, something bad happened. But probably that is for your good because we cannot see ahead.
Right, that's exactly what Dr. Prabhakar was saying too. So this good and bad is in our limited mind, we are seeing the good and bad. That's what everybody's saying, right? That, and then we saw in Bhagavad Gita also, they talked about it in chapter 3, 4, 5, somewhere it came, that, hey, when you're doing this actions outside, from the worldly perspective, the results might look bad, but you are evolving inside, because of the better attitude and all that. And then, one of the guys over here, the young brahmachari at Hare Krishna, somebody had a similar question in a slightly different color. And he said, that if something bad happens, then, who do I blame? Because people usually like to blame God. Oh, God, God is all powerful. Like even Gandhari. At the end, she said, you could have stopped the war. And then she cursed Krishna Bhagwan because you are God. Why did you let my children die and things like that? So he said that, see, when a person becomes connected to God and becomes the devotee of God, his thinking completely changes. So if something happens good to him, what his attitude is? Wow, I don't deserve this, God. You're so kind, you're giving it to me. See his attitude? He doesn't think that, mereko to itna milna chahiye tha, itna hi diya bas. No, he goes opposite. And then something bad happens, what he says? We might say, why this bad is happening? Because our ego is high, right? Oh, I did so many good things. Why this bad thing? He's saying that when something bad happens, he's saying, oh my God, you're so kind. I deserve more punishment. You only give me that much. So I was like, I never thought about it that way, but he's the one who brought it up. He said, these evolved people, they are evolved from their mind. When we say pure mind, that's what it means. It doesn't, like all of you are saying in different words, that whatever God is doing, firstly, it is my own karma, number one. So who I'm going to blame? And secondly, in the end, it's for your own good only. It's like disciplining a child. No, which child likes to be disciplined? Not at all. They want to keep doing what they want to do, whatever looks attractive to them. They want to put the finger in the little electrical socket. So, God is not letting me do it.
When something bad happens, you can also think it could have been worse.
Yes, that's what he was.
If you treat it that way, then you don't feel so bad.
Yes, that's psychologically you feel better, worse could have happened. So, and then the other thing is, like what Joe said is the most powerful thing. God really doesn't need neither a hate or nor love. He's complete. Okay, so he doesn't need neither praise or anything. But why do we do that? To purify our own mind, so that we get humility. When we are thanking somebody.
And ultimately, we are all God.
Yes.
So really, there is no duality.
I mean, that is the highest state. But basically, her point was that if the law of karma is in place, so I cannot blame anybody, then why do I need to thank him? So if you don't thank God, ko koi farak nahi padne wala hai. Right?
Right, but if you realize you yourself are, you have realized it.
Yeah.
There's a difference. You
Right.
realize that you are.
Yeah.
Okay, then there is no need to thank. Okay?
Right.
But to thank in this world is to show people. You are an example to them that you have to thank. But otherwise, you are that. And what happened to you while you're here is because of your vasanas, and this body took place. So let the body do its own karma and do the prarabdha, go through it.
Yeah.
But you are that. And therefore, even if that person doesn't say anything or doesn't do, it's okay, for him. But because he's in this world, therefore, he needs to do that for the other people to see that, he should do it, because the others are not at that stage. And
I know what you're saying, that even a realized person sometimes will do certain things just to give a guidance to the rest of them, even though he doesn't need to do it. Yeah, all of that fits in here. So if we look at from the lower perspective, then you can say, this good, bad, and all that applies. But the more higher and higher you go, everything is good.
So Meena ji, you just quoted Krishna Bhagavan. He says, I have everything, but I still do. I don't have to do any work.
Right, he does that.
But
Yeah.
to show everybody that.
He told Arjun that look, I got everything, but still I'm doing my karma. So
that's what it is. When you realize you are that, then there is no need there.
Yeah. And the other thing is that because we are not there yet, so we are trying to purify our mind and trying to be in gratitude. In that, it purifies our mind. That is even psychologically, even what you call in today's modern psychology, they will tell you, if you want to be happy, learn to be in gratitude.
Yes.
Attitude of gratitude. So that's what thanking becomes. And even like our teacher used to say, America में तो कुछ भी सभी के लिए thank you करते थे, सारे लोग, family में भी एक दूसरे को, husband, wife, बच्चे, thank you. India में हम लोग इतना नहीं करते thank you, right? It's taken for granted, family will have to do.
If you don't thank somebody, they will feel offended here.
In this culture. Yes.
Yeah.
So he's saying that if you are thanking for small thing, and then why don't you see what God has given? God has given everything. So how come you don't want to thank him? If somebody wants to say why you should not thank, So there's a common, a cultured man's thing, say something, thank you. So, and prayer is more, attitude of gratitude is a real prayer, not like asking for things and doing business with Bhagwan. You do this and then I will give you this. Yeah.
What they say?
Trading with God, huh?
I'm sorry, what did you say,
You
Shireen?
want to trade with God?
Yeah, they said that because it's not necessary. Yeah, God already knows. If God is everywhere, he knows what you want. Whether he wants to give it or not, that's up to him, right?
Yeah.
You really think about it, you really don't need to even ask. But anyway.
Yes.
But even, it's like our teacher used to say, it's like a 5-year-old telling his dad, I think you should go to work tomorrow because you have to bring the bread. The dad already has more anxiety than you. So same way, God already has anxiety that I got to take care of this fellow. Oh, yeah. What were you saying, Meena ji?
I was just saying, God doesn't need anything but your ego. Surrender.
True.
Put your ego there, and He's giving you everything else.
Absolutely. And I think that when we are thanking, we are making our ego a little bit less. Right? That's what we are
But
doing.
who gave us the ego to?
Ego just popped up because of ignorance. Nobody gave. God did not give us the ego. It's our own. It's like that foam that we were talking about. It comes in the ocean. It's just the nature of it. Just comes up. You know? That's what it is. Yeah. So that was she didn't come, but she said she'll listen to our discussion. You know? And the other one, you wanted to find out about Triambakam mantra, right? You had a question.
There is a little bit of gap in my mind.
Yeah.
And therefore, I wanted you to go through it because it's used in different ways. It's said in different times. And that's what I wanted to find out from you.
So what I understand from Triambakam mantra is, first we know it's Lord Shiva's mantra, right? So the history is that it was Rishi Markandeya. I may not be saying it perfectly. But, and there's a whole Puranic story and all. There are 3-4 different places it has come up. But this is the most famous one. And, Chandra ki story hai. Ki Chandra was cursed. Means moon was cursed and all that. And then so moon was completely going to get finished because of the curse, And this Rishi got revealed to him this mantra, so to save the moon. So it has this healing power, basically, this mantra. So there are 2 main mantras, right, which are given one of the highest statuses in, you can say 3. One is Hare Krishna also, they call it Maha Mantra. One is Gayatri Mantra, everybody knows about that. Huh? And the other one is Triambakam. So what is the difference? So, Gayatri mantra is it's like a spiritual guidance and purification of mind. Okay, that's the purpose of it. And for this Mahamrityunjay, it's more like healing, rejuvenation, and, nurturing your life to get that highest status. That's the purpose. And if you go to the word meaning, Triambakam means 3-eyed, is telling, teen netro wale, Triambakam. Okay, Amba means eyes and 3, Triambakam is 3. Triambakam Yajamahe. Yajamahe means you are together worshipping that great 3-eyed Lord. And who is that Lord? He's Sugandham, fragrant. Fragrant is, makes you feel really great, right? When some nice fragrance comes, so it gives soothing to you. And Pushti Vardhanam, it gives nourishment to us, to our mind and our soul and, body, everything nourishing. That's a Pushti Vardhanam. And then the last line is Urvarukameva Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshya Mamritat. So Mrityo Mukshya Mamritat means it liberates us from death and finitude. Finite life. Means janam maran ke chakkar se nikal sakta hai ye mantra. How? Because when something bad happens to us, we get very disturbed. So this urvarukamiva bandhanan is like, when at the time of death, how can you get a painless death? Because usually with death we always associate with negativity, pain and all. He's saying that जब कोई fruit, cucumber fruit पक जाता है तो एकदम से अलग हो जाता है, very gently. उसको ऐसे तोड़ के खींचना नहीं पड़ता है. जब वो पक जाता है ना तो separate हो जाता है. There's no pain in there of separation. So when somebody evolves spiritually, then they don't look at death as something bad. It's just another comma in that whole life, it just... So we are praying to him to purify our mind in such a way that gives us healing, gives us nourishment, and in the end, give us that amrutatva, that immortality. So immortality is not physical immortality they are really talking about. They're not talking about physical immortality. They're talking about that moksha and liberation they're talking about. But in that process also, untimely death, disease, somebody's getting too disturbed by the disease. I think it's more important to get the peace of mind at that time. Treatment can go on and all that, and you may even die of that disease. We don't know. But at least to give us that peace of mind, this helps to create. So that's why they do it.
My question was, it is said at the birthday time, okay, we do in the Chenya mission when they have the birthday. Then we do it when the person is sick. Then we do it after the death. Okay, then even do for certain time, we do 11 times. Okay, so that's my question was, how does it relate all three things to this mantra?
Because it is healing, rejuvenation and nourishment. So birthday ke time pe you are telling them, your life, get nourished. Your life get healing and all that. Somebody's sick, again, all that applies. That, hey, you are going through this sickness, untimely death na ho jaye, uske liye bhi hai, and all that. It just apne man ke liye hai. And then if somebody dies, maybe the world might look at it as a negative way, but the spiritually evolved person is not going to look at it as a negative way. He's saying, okay, your next life, be nourished, And then at the time of death, your journey may become very smooth. Because if you have attachment, you have heard of it, right? That people who are very attached to the body, for them it is a painful death. And then even the jiva can linger around for a while over there because it's missing its life and all that. None of that. Hey, move on. That's why you do it. So it has application all different places. It can be done like, the Gayatri mantra, they say you shouldn't be doing the really die-hard pandits and all that, huh? They will be saying that it requires certain purer atmosphere to do it.
Yes.
And even I heard some places, like I think it was the Saneshwarji who said, if you're having a party with alcohol and all that, don't start doing Gayatri mantra over there. He was discouraging that, But Shiva is like a beyond, they say, is good and bad. You can do Trambaka mantra anytime.
Yeah.
You can do it for meditation, somebody dying, somebody sick, somebody birthday, supposed to be a happy day, It fits everywhere because of its rejuvenation, nurturing, healing and all that. Yeah.
I will send you, I heard just Swami and that's just a 3-minute thing, where he said cucumber is the only one that will not fall on its own till it's cut.
Oh.
Okay, the other things will, like the bigger things, they go down, okay, and they are easily come out. But cucumber, I was surprised because we always take the example of cucumber comes down. He said, you have to cut it. Now, I will send you and maybe you can explain to me what he's trying to tell me and trying to tell us in that. If I find that on YouTube.
Yeah. Send it over there and we will analyze it. Because, these people, when these mantras are said, there's so much science in it. It slowly gets revealed. Because the fact that they chose cucumber has to have some meaning in it. Why? There are hundreds of other fruits. Why not take some almond or something,
The other things will fall, but especially the cucumber, it'll rot on that, but it will not fall.
Maybe because that attachment is there, You can look, yes. Sorry, what did you say, Shireen?
Because of the shape.
No, I think there may be some inherent thing in the cucumber. That's very interesting. That I used to wonder too. Why did they choose the cucumber? You answered it, that there is a reason. And it's telling you that cucumber को भी हल्के से हटा दो. इतना prayer कर रहे हैं उससे. जो हटने को तैयार नहीं है.
Huh? You have to cut it.
I know.
That's what I want you to explain to me.
But that's what... See, this is what in my mind. The moment you said this, that even if our attachment is very strong, we are telling Lord Shiva that make my attachment less and let me just get disconnected. Okay. So when they are talking about disconnection, we should not take it just the body disconnection when at the time of death, even mind attachment.
More of it.
Cut my attachments from this world.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me look at it that way.
Yes.
And understand it.
Yeah.
Okay, with what you're saying. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other? So I think we addressed both the things that were on the table about that. Any other? Somebody has any question, comment? I want to add some experience. We have 5-10 minutes.
I actually have a question, Umaji. This is Nalini.
Nalini.
What I have a question about, and this is not something necessarily that is related to something we talked about, but my question is, we talked about ants today, and we have ants, and it's Jivatma, and of course we want to get rid of these things. So how does that, what kind of karmas are we building when we are getting rid of these ants?
This question used to come in our class also. Very yeah. So like basically, if we are at home, and the ants can become a nuisance. I mean, you don't want ant crawling when we are inside the house and we have other family members. Baby is there now in the family and all that. So yes, we are doing harm to the ant, but we are not being vicious about it. We are not getting rid of them because we hate ants or something. It's just invading our territory.
They are in our territory.
Yeah, and so it is okay because we have certain things we'll have to do, and that's why in the end, like Krishna Bhagwan had said, one of the verses is going to come, I think, maybe it already came, I don't remember now, that every karma has some negative aspect to it, no matter what you do in this world. It's not pure. So what he suggests is rise above good and bad. That's the whole message of Bhagavad Gita. Then it will not touch you. So Arjun is in the battlefield, right? He is killing people. Right? But with what attitude and what purpose? So, if you can, sometimes, it happens that some kida comes and, in the American tendency, leke maro usko aur khatam kar do. But you can always pick it up and throw it outside.
Right.
And you feel good about doing it. Hey, you just go to your own home, just leave me alone.
You're able to do that
with ants, you can do, try to read online, you can spray certain essential oils and all. That's how I'm battling with them. I keep 2-3 different essential oils and I try to see kahan se aa rahi hain wo and just spray that area, then they don't come. And the other way is, kill that whole, उनका जो घर है ना बाहर जो बनाया हुआ है उन्होंने, वहाँ पर कुछ केमिकल डाल के, you can kill the whole thing. So you can see, you can do least harm, but we cannot, when we are walking, we may be stepping on ants too. How do we know? On some jivas and all.
I get the fact that, I'm probably doing plenty of harm when I'm doing my things. What I was, concerned about or trying to negate is when, you're aware that, these things are here and now you're going to destroy them.
I think just do the least harm that you can do in your capacity.
Turmeric.
Oh, yeah, my husband he said
I have a comment.
Yeah, make a turmeric, what you call?
Little bit turmeric powder.
Around the house, you can, in South they say they put it.
Wherever you see the ant, just a little bit powder. Oh, really?
Oh, so
yes.
you actually put
Try
it
it. Within a matter of minutes, second, they will disappear.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
I have a comment on it.
Yeah.
So, I'm talking now 2 stages. Nowadays, I don't mind killing the ant, but there was a time when I felt like Jain Saab will feel that ant is a soul and we don't do that. And I could see Nina spraying over these ants, and I say, you are like Krishna Bhagwan, who's saying, "Main kaal hu," and I have come to destroy all the people. So to ant, this is the God coming in, to destroy.
And you will see ants talking to each other. So one ant will smell turmeric and it will pass on to the next.
Ants are exactly.
And very soon they will completely disappear.
Yeah.
And you have not done the harm, but they are all gone.
Oh, good. I'm going to try that. Somebody told me.
I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Yeah.
Is vinegar also work?
Vinegar also was, but vinegar is a little bit stronger, so it will kill few ants probably. But vinegar works very good. I have tried vinegar. I have tried tree oil. You get the essential oil, put it.
Talcum powder, that also works.
Huh? Which one? Talcum powder?
Talcum powder.
Yeah. So I think that to me, the whole intention behind it is like, your intention is not to go kill all the ants of the world because you hate them or something. You're just trying to get them out of your house, and that much is okay. So I think we have to go back to our intention.
Well, thank you.
But isn't in Jain religion, all the rules were made like that?
Because that religion is based on ahimsa. That's why. So they are trying to be go as far in ahimsa. So I know we don't have to copy that. Because we can just follow.
But I'm just telling that.
Because their whole basis is like that.
I'll tell you what I did.
Oh yeah, here. Why am I talking? There is a Jain sitting here.
No, Jain's here, so listen to
Let's
us.
hear the expert.
I tried it in 2 houses, one in Encinitas and one here, and it worked in both houses. What I did was, wherever I saw a bunch of ants, I'll put a wet cloth, just damp
Like a
cloth on it,
moist, yeah.
so that I don't kill them, but I can pick it up with that damp cloth and then put that cloth outside. And I did it for a week. It's a lot of work. Wherever you see ants, you pick that with the damp cloth and put the cloth outside. And now the ant, not one ant inside the house.
Yeah, they don't come.
And what happens is, I was reading about it, when you do that, the ants leave their own scent, which warns the other ants that you are not welcome here.
And actually, it's the fabric. Fabric has those threads. They get caught, so they don't like fabric. So if you have put salt water and put towel also, that helps a lot. They hate salt.
What did you say? Salt and what else?
Salt and water.
Water, okay.
Salt and water they don't like, because I don't like to use chemicals.
Yeah, me too. I don't like to use chemicals at all. It hurts them also.
Now we are okay, but you never know.
Yeah, this is a
problem.
first year that they came to our house. Last 6 years they didn't. But they said, okay, we gotta give them a visit now.
Because it was too hot for them outside.
Yeah, I guess so. Now they stopped coming much. Yeah.
No, it's cooled down now.
Yeah. So, okay. We got some good tips for ants. Besides, this is the advantage of the class. We not only study spiritual stuff, but you get good tips for your pest problem also. Yeah. All right, Hari Om, everybody.
Okay. Hari Om. Happy birthday again.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you guys.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.